I've built my life from scratch. I went to the bottom of the barrel and I have to scrape myself up off of the ground with a lot of stuff against me. And I've made myself into a person who's relatively emotionally and spiritually healthy.
The Alric Show, inspiration, motivation, one vision, hope to a new generation. Together we can live and learn. Yes, we're one family on the Alric Show.
Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. The beautiful Nadine Sutherland is here with us on the Alric Show. And what makes it more interesting is that Nadine is from above rocks.
Yeah.
In St. Catherine. That's my hometown. That's my hometown, Nadine.
And I'm saying, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you,
I'm
man.
sitting here and it's all I really just feel is pride.
Trust
I
me.
really feel pride as a a man from above rocks and you're doing your stuff. I am so proud of you.
Thank you, Nadine.
Yes.
Thank you, man. Let me tell you, I mean, I hear my relatives talk about you all the time. 'Cause I think you were friends with a few of my relatives and stuff like that. Thank you for your time, man. Nadine, sitting here in this moment, you're still like one of the biggest hit makers of all time. You're still extremely relevant. How grateful are you?
I'm beyond grateful because my career has been so ups and downs, just like life, you know. I think it's a wonderful replica of what the life journey is all about, and that has been my career. There have been times that I'm like, it is over. I'm going to go equip myself. Look, I'm going to go back at university. And there are times that you on some really, really big highs of having, still one of the biggest songs in the world, which is Action.
Action.
Action. So it's just been, now I am still here, which I've seen so many people who started with me, seen so many career rise and fall, and some people just totally just obliterated from the entertainment scene, and I'm still here. So I am beyond grateful, and sometimes I'm pinching myself. I was like, this is real. So I'm grateful and thankful.
I mean, for me, when I travel across Jamaica, I mean, even overseas, I can hear action. Action pull up in entertainment space.
True.
Everywhere, anytime. When you're on the road or wherever, and you hear that song, how do you feel? And take us back to that moment when that song was being made.
How do I feel when I hear Action? How do I feel when sometimes I'm riding on the countryside and I hear, I want to do it back, this is what my baby says. That's around and love. There's a sense of sometimes disbelief.
Yeah.
Because those are songs that I did. Action is actually 30 years old. A journalist reminded me, Kevin Jackson, I saw at the tribute for Ibu. And he said, do you realize that it's 30 years that Action was released in Jamaica, in the ethnic market? And I was like, no. So all these songs that I've done, and it's still being played, and young people know them, old people know them. It's almost sometimes I'm like, much people would I want this?
Yeah.
So I am so thankful to God that He has given me this, and I don't take it for granted at all.
Even Babyface. That's because every time I hear that song, I feel like you're talking about me, like,
all of them my name. I see some ugly man come to me, I sing Babyface right now. I'm like, not really, but so just really thankful and in a space of thankfulness because it could have been different.
Could have.
And it's almost like I'm living in this space right now that to wake up in the morning. I've lost so many friends. Good friends we've had, good friends we have lost along the way. I've lost so many people. And I'm like, just to wake up and to have life, that you can do it over again. You have this opportunity to be a better version of yourself in every way. I look at some of the stuff in the past and here I am and I'm like, God, I wasted so many times just being sad and depressed, just not understanding what this gift of life is all about. You can always change, you can always, put in your life what you want it to be, you know, because we have the moment that we can, with God, we create our lives, and I believe that.
What led you to this kind, these moments now in your life wherein you sit in your quietness, be still, and to connect with God, the universe, whatever your source is? What does all of this mean to you now, and what led you to this point?
Really, like some hard knocks led me to my spirituality. Some really like desolate places in my life. When I was so depressed, I was like, I felt the world was turned against me. I was rumored and slandered that I was on drugs, and it was the heights of my career, and it was a lie. And you try to move past that, I just could not. I couldn't move past that, because I think if it was true, but it was a lie.
Yeah.
I became so depressed, I became desolate, I just like gave up on mankind, just gave up on people, you know? And then what it did, when you look back at it, and you always look at stories of life, that sometimes desolate and desperate moments is when you can hear God, and you can feel God. This is when I got into my spirituality.
That's what you held on to in those moments.
I started to read all these deep spiritual books, started exploring different religion, African spirituality, Hinduism, New Thought, you know, try to understand Christianity on a different level. And I think it just, as you know, there's something and there's a foundation that I can go back on. And there's stuff that I've put in my head when it happened that I can go back on and understand and just like hold on to it now. So the trauma of it has lessened significantly in comparison to years after when it happened, and I was just walked around numbed and traumatized.
We take a break. When we come back, we continue our conversation with the lovely, the beautiful Nadine Sutherland.
Alex Show.
Welcome back to the show. We have Nadine Sutherland here with us today. Nadine, how old are you now?
I'm 55. I say it with joy.
What?
55 years old.
Nadine, you can be 55 and up and down and jump up and down. I saw, you know, even that Marcia Griffiths tribute the other day, or concert the other day, jump up and down and a go on. Nadine.
I know, right? Sometimes.
How do you keep in shape?
I've always been into exercise, and I think that has helped. Because your body condition after a while, you know. It's conditioned after a while, and we take it for granted. You know, the other day I was injured. Nobody knew what it was. The doctor says a meniscus tear, and I was locked down. I was ordered not to do anything. And then I realized how I've taken just being able to jump up and down for granted, dancing up to this age. And I tell you, it was a moment in time I got scared. I was like, oh my God.
Is there anyone here that objects to this marriage? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
One of the interesting things, Nadine, that I'm not sure anybody they ever have an idea as to who you date. Nothing like that. Why?
I keep my life very, very private. I don't think my love life should be anything. I mean, people have speculated. I remember that I grew up being a child star, teenage child, you know, 20s, all of that. All my life it's been just like
Stardom.
Me being exposed, and it's always something tricky that you might kiss a guy and him tell him whole friend them. It has happened to me, yeah. So it kind of restricted even me wanting to do more dating. So you get used to that kind of life, because you know, to understand who want to be the locker room talk.
Yeah.
You know, so it has restricted my dating. The few that I've dated has been abroad or here. A lot of people don't know about, and I haven't dated in a while, I must say, but I really don't think it's anybody's business.
Why you haven't dated in a while now? What's your mindset now?
I've seen good relationships.
Yeah.
I've seen people who are there for each other, ride or die, you know. Our men have grown, you know. A lot of men, we still have men who exhibit toxic masculinity in Jamaica.
Right.
But I think now we have a different kind of male that we're growing, I hope. more evolved, I think. So I would really, you know, I never saw anybody that exhibited the qualities that I wanted, and I was not going to settle. There's something back in the days, the theory was that you are gonna make me whole. Them things they don't exist no more. I am whole inside of myself. I've built my life. I've built my life from scratch. I went to the bottom of the barrel and I have to scrape myself up off of the ground, right? I sent myself back to school. I paid for my mortgage. I've done everything that I've tried to the best of my ability with a lot of stuff against me. And I've made myself into a person who is relatively emotionally and spiritually healthy. Why would I want to place somebody in my life now to come pop me down? I am whole. As I said, I'm sitting here and I'm a whole person. I'm happy in my own space. When am I going to bring you in my life or come do? So if you're not bringing something that is going to add value to my life, you're not going to be in my life. Add value is not only financially, you know. I'm speaking about what do you bring in your headspace. Can me and you par, me and you a friend. You know, you understand me, you accept me. You go, can come a country above rocks. Or we can go to the biggest, poshest place in Paris. Do you have that level of flexibility? I will not settle because I don't have to, because I'm not an unhappy woman being single. I am not. So
you're full.
So filled with myself, with my spirituality, with my life, with my music, with the fans that I have, with some members of my family. I'm not, you know, with my spiritual communities in the States and here, you know. If you don't bring anything to my life, you know, and if you're, you know, some people like they're intimidated. Why would I want you to be in, if you don't even have the sense and presence in your life to step to me as a man? What am I going to do? Stay intimidated in the corner.
Did you ever wanted children?
Never felt like there was this person need. I grew my brothers and sisters, and I have nieces and nephews, but it was not anything that, you know, I missed it and I'm traumatized or anything like that. I don't really feel that way in my life right now. I get, yeah.
Nadine, what is that one thing that you're still working on, whether it's your spiritual side and other sides or the layers of your life that you are still conscious of and trying to work on?
I think relatively right now my self-esteem is healthy. And as I said before, everything in your life teaches you a lesson. But sometimes, you know, I sit down and I'm like, I have to go into forgiveness with myself. Forgiveness in not listening to my own voice and trusting it, you know, when I was younger. But all of that come with age and, you know, being knocked down and all of that. Forgive myself in allowing rumor-mongering to have almost like made me, you know, start going into some dark places, you know, in myself. But I did not have the tools to equip myself to move away from it. I was kind of shy, kind of insecure, kind of goofy. I still think I'm goofy. Kind of just like, you know, like very sheltered and very protected. And, you know, like you see all of that light and you thought that that was the totality of who I am, you know. And my exposure, although it was out there, was very limited because you see me on stage, after stage, we're gone home.
Protected by daddy.
Very strongly protected by my father. So a lot of things I weren't exposed to, you know, kind of geeky, suffered from. I think there's so many things that came to me as a young person. I did not understand fame. Was there a manual written for anybody who's famous? You're a child star, there's no manual. Nobody knows how to treat you. You don't know how to treat yourself. So you don't even know how to process this that was coming, you know, towards me. So you had to learn throughout the years. I've been famous since I'm 11. Do the maths.
We take a break. More with Nadine Sutherland when we come back.
Big bull and we bossy. We no afraid. Fi be the bossy.
thirsty, righteous no, nothing I go hold me, cause we triumphant.
That is important to know that, you know, you can be triumphant once you stay grounded and connect with the source as well. Earlier, we spoke about you going back to school. You mentioned going back to school. Nadine, why did you really go back to school?
I'm weird. The grass is always green on the other side, you know. When you're singing and you're going on tour with Dennis Brown, all your friends who are in college, you start glamorize that life. You're like, oh my God, I wish I was in college. But then when you reach, I went back to school in my 40s. And I was like, this is the opportunity. They turned me down first. I was like, yeah, whatever. You are a singer and, you know, this might be a joke for you. And I remember Sanja Nair, Dr. Sanja Nair, went back and she advocated for me. And she was like, no, I sense her. Because she didn't even really know me that much, but she's like, I sense her. So we did some undergraduate courses, and out of everybody that did the undergraduate courses, one person got promoted, was me. I was endorsed by all my professors.
Sure.
All my professors endorsed me. They was like, she's a hard worker. I mean, you know, I had no university background, but I was getting decent grades because I was applying myself. So I got promoted to the masters. I got intimidated then. Cause you talk about masters.
Masters, no.
And you know, you go straight into a master's without any university. I think the first year, got decent grades also, you know. Got decent grades. But see, by the second year come, I understand. At them time, I start rolling some big old A's. And I want to talk to you. What? I got obsessed with getting A's. I was researching, I was going on and all of that. And then it was time to write the paper. So you go and you do all of that, you know, time to write the paper. What the theme that I chose, my title was very, very interesting. And you know, when you're writing a paper at a university level, nobody ever writes it. So we never really did have anything to, you know, pull from. So the first year of writing that paper, Ray Hitchens, Dr. Hitchens, read the paper. I'm feeling it right back at me. I said, no good. I was totally and utterly devastated. I had to write it back a second year. Go there, but you know, it was good for me because I had to look at everything that I wasn't doing. Finished the paper, delivered it. There we go. Accepted everything, got my master's. I never go back to school. I got a job, a very big job in New York, being the director of the performing arts for a school group. And that was really an interesting thing for me. And here I am.
And then music pulled you back?
Music, me no know I'm to music, you know. I say music sometimes, I say, man, I can't understand. It's just like, come back, walk it back. So here I am, going on the road, doing my shows, just like, it's a whole like reimagining, reliving, and being honest about who I am, and just like go out there and just like be my authentic self. And people still listening to my song, people still being inspired by my songs. You know, the other day this lady called me and she said to me, she has a friend and she's invited me to her birthday party because she's terminally ill with cancer, and the song that is keeping her every day that she listens to is Triumphant, right? So to know that you still can have that impact, and you know, the music that I'm doing right now, I don't know when God will take me home. I don't know when I'm going to transition to ancestral land, but it's meaningful for me. It's meaning that I want to connect to people in a very deep and profound way. It is meaningful for me to come here and say my age. For women who have struggled with society saying to you, don't tell your age, young girl business, blah, 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 blah. This is meaningful for me that I can stand on a stage and I can perform with all age group and mash up the stage show, that I have the health to do it, that my body has the flexibility to do it, that I am here. You know, it is meaningful to me to spend quality time with my family and my friends. You know, like I'm nurturing my community. I'm nurturing and investing in relationship with people, because whether we like it or not, to have the warmth and love of you can't. I mean, I love myself, you know, but like to know that you can look in the eyes of someone and joke and laugh and it's reciprocated. When I sit here and like you are my above rocks youth, and to see you like where you are and knowing where you started from and how that fulfilled me and how happy I am to see that. Those are the things that really matter to me. I've been famous since I'm 11. Famous come with its ups and downs. It's okay, but there are so much more meaningful things to live for. And then with all of that, you just radiate it outside from an authentic space.
Nadine. Sure.
My yacht, birthday yacht, you don't know what you know what you.
Let me tell you, I love you. Like, love you. Every time I hear this song, me dance, you know. Trust me, I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
And of course, you're also from above us, and I also look up to you as well. So much of what I do is because I see somebody that literally came out of above us and did it, you know, and still doing it. But we're going to end the show, but before, you have to sing My Baby Face, though. Because I always see as if I'm a baby face. I forgive my baby face.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie. Eh? Yeah, I know I say good looking.
Yeah, I'm not bad looking, yeah. I like it.
I like the ugly man who asked me to be. This is for my baby face. You got a cute baby face. This is for my baby face. Yeah. Listen now. We have so many things in common.
Sure.
Yet we are two different people. We just love being around each other. Yet we give each other space
to grow. I want to thank you so much for sharing with us today on the Alric Show with the lovely Nadine Sutherland.
Thanks for having me.
Mackenzie, thank you for joining us. Nadine.
Yay! Bye back to the world.